Hello, Room Mithril here once again, getting back to World of Horror. And, yeah, this is actually my second attempt at the next run, because Durgan was a dumb. Basically, I was trying to do the same basic thing. Trying to do the Knight Errant backstory, and at the same time, trying to finally get the A rank ending for the Botanist mystery. And I got all the way to the final boss of the Botanist mystery, said, "What's that?" And then realized I forgot to equip the fire axe. I had it in my inventory, but it doesn't let you switch equipment like that in the middle of battle. And so I was not given the option to chop through the door. Yeah. I did not bother saving the footage because nothing of consequence happened and it would have just been a total waste of time. But that is basically what we're going to try again, because getting that A rank on the Botanist mystery, it's kind of become my white whale. It's such a complicated one to get because of all of the circumstances that need to fall into place. So, yeah. It was especially disheartening because this was after a solid half hour of re-rolling to get the mysteries I needed. Never take the Durgan to Vegas. Pajixwu. Praise the car, please car, be with me this time. So we are still going to be using Aiko because she's just that good. Considering, for what I'm doing here, I have to fight two boss enemies. The Mad Janitor and Shiro-san. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need those faster attack actions. And since we're going for 2 A rank endings in this, we may as well try and go for 5 with Knight Errant. This, however, is where I did change something. I think my thoughts on Nathatsu are solid of trying to get through combat faster. In normal encounters, where the amount of health that you have to carve through is smaller. Against chunkier boss monsters, though, not so much. So instead we're going to be going with Astheolath. This one is an old god effect that, depending on how you play, you can largely ignore. Casting spells costing reason increases doom instead. I mean, if they give me a spell that's good enough to use, we'll look into it, but for the most part, if I think doom is getting too high, I just don't use magic. Simple enough. Okay, and also, yeah, that first attempt, I did forget to use the Inspiring Novel, plus 2 damage until the end of Mystery. In the failed run, yeah, I found out that works pretty nicely if you're having to deal with the Mad Janitor. That would have helped on the first attempt. I just did not think to use it. So, yeah, we're definitely going to make sure and use it this time. Also, why am I starting with a spell? That's odd. Is that a side effect of picking Astheolath? It just really wants me to use magic. What is this one? Plus 1 strength, discard on use, cost 4 reason, so I guess this would be 4 doom. I'll hang on to it. The extra strength could be nice. But 4 doom is... it's not a huge amount, but it's not a small amount either. Okay. And yeah, I've been advised to use School Nurse because she treats minor injuries for free. She can't do anything for major injuries or curses, but still, having an option for minor injuries is kinda nice. I also still don't know why it just doesn't activate Illegal Den. I'm guessing it's because by default it's programmed to activate whatever the first 2 slots are, and whatever this is, I don't have it open yet. That's the only guess I have. Alright. We've got nothing. So yeah, I guess there was nothing in the drawer this time. No empty bottle, no class notes. Unfortunate. Go ahead and get our bonus experience here. And yeah, let's go with that one this time and get our extra money. Because we are going to have to do some shopping. So, yeah. Alright, so, let's see how this goes. Painting, cape, mermaids. Hell, sailors. So yeah, unfortunately didn't get the set I need, so it's time for some rerolls. Back when this lines up properly. Please don't be a half hour again. Okay, we have a set of mysteries that if all goes well, it should work. We have Bizarre Brood of the Blood-Curdling Botanist, Freaky Feature of Found Footage, Alarming Account of Abnormal Arms, Far-Out Fable of a Fear Festival, and Macabre Memoir of Morbid Mermaids. Now there is an event that I keep getting here that I don't know if it's consistent that you always get it while going through this mystery, but the fact that every time I have done this one, I feel like I've encountered it, gives me pause. So we're going to start this time with Alarming Account of Abnormal Arms. I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed, with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found, and the apartment remained vacant. Investigate the hospital location twice to complete this quest. Also, it was pointed out to me that there is the Prepare option that gets you a unique item for each character. Aiko's item, it has its uses. So, I am going to go ahead and grab it. You rummage through your belongings trying to find anything that'll help you. You finally pick up Aiko's plush toy. Hopefully, it'll be enough. Plus 5 Doom. Trinket, slot C. -1 incoming combat damage, -2 perception, -2 luck. Only friend. They are not real, they are not real, they are not real. I'm sure it's fine. Thing is, I don't want to always have this on me, so for the moment, we are going to put it away. Because, yeah, that's actually something else that I learned in the failed run, is that once you equip an item, unless you have an item to replace it, I don't think you can just take it off. An equipped item, it won't let you use the suitcase option to put it away. It says you can't put away an equipped item, so yeah, that's a problem. Now, let's go ahead and do some shopping. We need a steak knife. But just as proof of concept here. I at least don't think I am missing another option here anywhere to de-equip it. If I put storage, you can't store items you are wearing. Equip doesn't unequip it. So, yeah, I don't think you can put away something that you are currently equipped with. So, there is one other thing we do actually need to buy, although we're going to be using it later, and for this I believe we need to go to the hardware shop. And it's not there. And it's not there. There we go, can of acid. Deal 7 damage to eldritch enemies. But we don't need this at the moment. Back into storage with it. Okay, so that already taking us up to 22 Doom. Not great. But we absolutely needed that item. Plus, we also need to go and check out the hospital twice. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that promises to revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't have any wounds. You politely decline the generous offer and continue on your way. Once more. You find yourself in an old, unused part of the hospital. You take a deep breath. The disgusting smell of thawed remains still lingers in the room. It used to be the hospital's mortuary where doctors determined the causes of death. Let's search the cabinet. Perception check failure. Something flashes in the corner of a dusty drawer. Too late, you realize it's a rusty scalpel blade, and you cut yourself badly, -2 stamina. It could have been worse. The Anatomical Museum Archive displays a specimen with elongated arms and jellified bones, -1 reason. Okay. So, let's get on with it. The door to her apartment was closed and she lived alone. What other ways in are there? Maybe you can get the apartment plan to compare with other flats. Seeing the two chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. Gruesome altar. Research occult notes. Call the police. Do nothing. Need second sight. We don't have second sight. I mean, truthfully, I have been burned by second-guessing Aiko's knowledge before. Knowledge check success. We go with it. The notes lying nearby tell of ancient civilizations and unspeakable horror. You've managed to learn an incantation, but the horrifying image will stay with you for a long time, plus spell -1 reason. Book of Gore. +3 reason and stamina, add 1 random injury. So it's an injury cost. As it's an injury cost, I don't think this would actually cost extra doom, because there's not a reason penalty. Because I think it's specifically reason penalty instead is converted into extra doom. I don't think I'm desperate enough for this yet, but I'll hang on to it for the moment. The apartment is on the 3rd floor. There's no way somebody used the window to escape the murder scene. When you stop by home to pick up your lunch, you find a pile of letters in your mailbox. Read the letters, check them later. I feel like I recall this being a luck check. Which I don't think my luck is amazing. But we're gonna try it. Uh-oh. Rolled an unknown stat. What's that? You've attracted the attention of something truly evil. Oh boy. That doesn't bode well. You notice the odd placement of ventilation shafts. They seem too small for anyone to crawl through, though. That pair's been following you since morning. You finally managed to lose them, but can't shake the feeling that it will only get worse, -2 stamina. Alright. You should interview the neighbors. Maybe you'll discover something the police missed. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. Yeah! Apartment Stalker. 24 HP, -2 stamina. Ooh, only a 50% chance to hit. Not great. So I can prepare the attack to guarantee a hit. And I can brace to narrow it down to 1 damage. Honestly, how much am I doing per hit? Only 3. I legit don't think this is worth it. Being completely honest. Because, yeah, bracing, it halves the attack and also cancels any special effects of attacks. So if, for example, the enemy has an attack that causes extra effects, or if they have, like, a chance to do double damage, that's negated. So every time I use this, it will narrow it down to just doing 1 damage, but as you saw, guaranteeing a hit, I only get 1 attack per turn, because of just how much this takes. Dodge takes less, but doesn't always work, of course. I hate getting the Doom penalty, but I think we just won out. One neighbor is complaining about her missing underwear. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello, are you still there? I'm guessing hang up immediately is probably minus reason, would be my guess. Listen to the man, since this is talking about probably an old god or something, I would imagine you gain Doom, but maybe gain experience or something. Which I'm nowhere near a level. That at least is my guess. Let's hang up immediately. We put down the phone a little shaken up. Just how many people did that odd man call today? Minus 1 reason. Another neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. Mr. Woo, your neighbor, is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his newest story. So, yes, in previous versions, this person used to be, wow, name drop out. Famous for this kind of art style. And it's going to bug me now. Yeah, I have to go look that up. Junji Ito, there we go. It's honestly a name, you know, I haven't heard that name in a while. Probably since the last time I actually played this. But yeah, so they removed the imagery of Junji Ito. I'm guessing just to be on the safe side, anything like potentially copyright or using imagery of real people in the game, that sort of thing. Share your experience, let him come up with his own stuff. What's that picture? I have a feeling I know what checking out the picture is. You know, why not? You catch a glimpse of the painted thing. Suddenly, you feel very weak and excuse yourself to leave. Something truly evil has you in its grasp. So, yes. Counter is 2 now. I don't know how many encounters you have to have. And I also don't know exactly what it does. I am concerned. Let's check the building plan to find out if there is a place where all the vents connect. I mean, let's be completely honest, with as much Doom as I already have, I don't know that this run's gonna be successful. A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Check the bathroom. Because I think calm her down would be charisma, and that's lower. Check the bathroom, I think, is maybe perception. Oh, knowledge check. Failure. You didn't find anything. Smell of blood makes you weak. Minus 1 stamina. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be? You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch, and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you can smell something vile and rotten. Hi there! You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide-open stare of the dead pervert. His elongated limbs stretching and disappearing into the vent's darkness. Inside his mouth, you find a tiny key. So yes, to get the tiny key, you do have to do the side quest, otherwise you don't get it. Also worth noting, Ending A is the only ending you can get for this mystery in Timeline A. If you do Timeline B, you can only get Ending B. So if you're going for Knight Errant and you get this one, better hope you're on Timeline A, otherwise reshuffle. After the police arrive, the whole building gets searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of a man stuck in a ventilation shaft. Later, he is identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeuristic photos of the tenants. You're questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up as a case of an unfortunate gas leak. Alarming account of abnormal arms, ending A. Plus 30, plus 15, minus 3 doom, plus 1 reason stamina, plus 1 day. Okay. Freaky flood. Did the water level suddenly increase, or is our city slowly sinking? Exploring the seaside location has a chance of inflicting drenched status. Okay. Honestly, could be worse, could be worse. Tiny key, important, item, can be used to open certain locks. And we have seen one of these locks frequently. Or at least, I have, from doing the school mystery. Alright. Get a little extra stamina. And onward.